Hi, well, Sonnet 59. I have an admission to make. I've tried and tried and tried to understand how to speak this sonnet, and I failed. I have no idea how to do it. So please, everyone else, have a look and see what you can make of it. But don't tell me it's really easy, will you? Because that would just make me sad. So, 59 ain't gonna happen. And here comes 60, which is one that I love. Like as the waves make towards the pebbled shore, so do our minutes hasten to their end, each changing place with that which goes before. In sequent toil all forwards do contend. Nativity, once in the main of light, crawls to maturity, wherewith being crowned, crooked eclipses gainst his glory fight, and time that gave doth now his gift confound. Time doth transfix the flourish set on youth, and delves the parallels in beauty's brow, feeds on the rarities of nature's truth, and nothing stands but for his scythe to mow. And yet, to times in hope, my verse shall stand, praising thy worth despite his cruel hand. Thank you. Sorry it's a bit late. Good night. Sorry about the late hour last night when we posted. We've done better today. A Sonnet 61. Is it thy will thy image should keep open my heavy eyelids to the weary night? Dost thou desire my slumber should be broken, while shadows like to thee do mock my sight? Is it thy spirit that thou send'st from thee so far from home into my deeds to pry, to find out shames and idle hours in me, the scope and tenor of thy jealousy? Oh no. Thy love, though much, is not so great. It is my love that keeps mine eye awake, mine own true love that doth my rest defeat, to play the watchman ever for thy sake. For thee watch I whilst thou dost wake elsewhere, from me far off, with others all too near. Little bit of bitterness in that, it seems to me, perhaps even angry. Well, love isn't always sweet dreams, is it? But I'm sorry it's late again. Camera people, you can't rely on them, you know. 62. Sin of self-love possesseth. Well, that was a mistake, wasn't it? Right off. Over there. Sin of self-love possesseth all mine eye. I'm going to try that a third time, because I was almost there, but not quite. Sin of self-love possesseth all mine eye, and all my soul, and all my every part. And for this sin there is no remedy. It is so groundward, inward in my heart. Methinks no face so gracious is as mine, no shape so true, no truth of such account. And for myself, mine own worth do define, as I all other in all worths surmount. But when my glass shows me myself indeed, beated and chopped with tanned antiquity. Mine own self-love quite contrary, I read. Self so self-loving were iniquity. 'Tis thee, myself, that for myself I praise, painting my age with beauty of thy days. Hi, I'm sorry, yet again it's late, but the reason being that a very exciting new project has come up for me, which I have been attending to all day. And so we're going to take a very short hiatus in the sonnets. But what I'm going to do, what is taking the place of the sonnets, is something really terrific. And you will be able to see it in 2 or 3 weeks' time, which I'm very excited about. So excited. So this is goodbye for now, but it will be very brief. Sonnet 63. Against my love shall be as I am now, with time's injurious hand crushed and overworn. When hours have drained his blood and filled his brow with lines and wrinkles, when his youthful morn hath travelled on to age's steepy night, and all those beauties whereof he's now king are vanishing or vanished out of sight, stealing away the treasure of his spring. For such a time do I now fortify against confounding age's cruel knife, that he shall never cut from memory my sweet love's beauty, though my lover's life. His beauty shall in these black lines be seen, and they shall live, and he in them still green. Thank you. I'll see you very soon. Good night. Hi, I'm back. It's been more than a brief time, I know, and I have missed our sonnet sessions. But the project that I mentioned when I took this pause was nothing more than an invitation I had had to write a memoir or an autobiography. So I needed to take all that time, the 4 or 5 weeks that have gone by, to get into it, which I have. It is well underway and I'm enjoying it enormously. So, picking up where we left off, Sonnet 64. When I have seen by time's fell hand defaced the rich proud cost of outworn buried age, when sometime lofty towers I see down raised, and brass eternal slave to mortal rage, when I have seen the hungry ocean gain advantage on the kingdom of the shore, and the firm soil win of the water remain, increasing store with loss, and loss with store. When I have seen such interchange of state, or state itself confounded to decay, ruin hath taught me thus to ruminate, that time will come and take my love away. This thought is as a death, which cannot choose but weep to have that which it fears to lose. See you tomorrow. Hi. Well, Sonnet 65, and I have a feeling that I have known this sonnet since I was a teenager. It is one of the most famous, and it is extraordinarily powerful. Since brass, nor stone, nor earth, nor boundless sea, but sad mortality o'ersways their power, how with this rage shall beauty hold a plea, whose action is no stronger than a flower? Oh, how shall summer's honey breath hold out against the wrackful siege of battering days, when rocks impregnable are not so stout, nor gates of steel so strong, but time decays? Oh, fearful meditation! Where, alack, shall time's best jewel from time's chest lie hid? Or what strong hand can hold his swift foot back? Or who his spoil of beauty can forbid? Oh, none, unless this miracle have might, that in black ink my love may still shine bright. Thank you. Hi, this is not our customary setting for a sonnet, nor is it customary that I am actually going to pass on 4 sonnets, 66 through 70, because I can't do them. So we're moving on to 71, which in a way seems to be appropriate for this firelight we have here. So, 71. No longer mourn for me when I am dead, then you shall hear the surly sullen bell give warning to the world that I am fled from this vile world with vilest worms to dwell. Nay, if you read this line, remember not the hand that writ it, for I love you so that I in your sweet thoughts would be forgot, if thinking on me then should make you woe. Oh, if I say you look upon this verse, when I perhaps compounded am with clay, do not so much as my poor name rehearse, but let your love even with my life decay, lest the wise world should look into your moan and mock you with me after I am gone. Hi, Sonnet 72. Here in the pine woods and with the birds in the background, I hope you can hear, and these beautiful wildflowers. These are not planted, they're just growing. So here we go. Inspired by that, Sonnet 72. Oh, lest the world should task you to recite what merit lived in me that you should love, after my death, dear love, forget me quite, for you in me can nothing worthy prove. Unless you would devise some virtuous lie to do more for me than mine own desert, and hang more praise upon deceased I than niggard truth would willingly impart. Oh, lest your true love may seem false in this, that you for love speak well of me untrue, my name be buried where my body is, and live no more to shame nor me nor you. For I am shamed by that which I bring forth, and so should you, to love things nothing worth. Good night. Sonnet 73. I think I have been reading this sonnet and working on it with people like John Barton for decades. So it's kind of internal, but who knows? It's about twilight and we're approaching it here. That time of year thou mayest in me behold, when yellow leaves, or none, or few, do hang upon those boughs which shake against the cold. Bare ruined choirs, where late the sweet birds sang. In me thou seest the twilight of such day as after sunset fadeth in the west, which by and by black night doth take away, death's second self that seals up all in rest. In me thou seest the glowing of such fire that on the ashes of his youth doth lie, as the deathbed wherein it must expire, consumed with that which it was nourished by. This thou perceivest, which makes thy love more strong, to love that well, which thou must leave ere long. Good night. I am not sure what connection there might be between Mono Lake, which you see behind me here in Central California, and Shakespeare's sonnets, except they are both very unusual and extraordinarily beautiful. So, maybe these are the first Shakespearean sonnets ever to be read at Mono Lake. 74. But be contented when that fell arrest without all bail shall carry me away. My life hath in this line some interest, which for memorial still with thee shall stay. When thou reviewest this, thou dost review the very part was consecrate to thee. The earth can have but earth, which is his due. My spirit is thine, the better part of me. So then thou hast but lost the dregs of life, the prey of worms, my body being dead, the coward conquest of a wretch's knife. Too base of thee to be remembered. The worth of that is that which it contains, and that is this, and this with thee remains. Ooh. Yeah.
Lots of bugs.
Yep, they're getting on me. I don't want to. Go away. Hi. Sonnet 75. So are you to my thoughts as food to life, or as sweet seasoned showers are to the ground. And for the peace of you I hold such strife, as twixt a miser and his wealth is found, now proud as an enjoyer, and anon doubting the filching age will steal his treasure. Now counting best to be with you alone, then bettered that the world may see my pleasure. Sometime all full with feasting on your sight, and by, clean starved for a look, possessing or pursuing no delight save what is had or must from you be took. Thus do I pine and surfeit day by day, or gluttoning on all, or all away. See you tomorrow. I have no doubt that all of you already know that I boobed. We're about to go on to Sonnet 78, having done 77, but we missed out 76. I don't know how that happened. I think it must be my producer who is responsible for that. But no names, no pactro, as we say in the UK. So, backtracking, Sonnet 76, and it's tricky. Why is my verse so barren of new pride, so far from variation or quick change? Why with the time do I not glance aside to new-found methods and to compounds strange? Why write I still all one, ever the same, and keep invention in a noted weed? That every word doth almost tell my name, showing their birth and where they did proceed. Oh no, sweet love, I always write of you, and you and love are still my arguments. So all my best is dressing old words new, spending again what is already spent. For as the sun is daily new and old, so is my love still telling what is told. See you tomorrow. Oh, hi. You catch me doing kitchen duties. I can't cook, you see, so I just get to do things like this. I wonder if you know what these are. These are called cranberry beans. There they are. And they are absolutely delicious. On a salad or in a bean stew, they're fantastic. So I don't mind being committed to doing all of this darn shelling, because the end result is going to make it all worthwhile. However, put them aside and Shakespeare sonnets. I think I'll take my cap off. Sonnet 77. The glass will show thee how thy beauties wear, thy dial how thy precious minutes waste. The vacant leaves thy mind's imprint will bear, and of this book, this learning, mayst thou taste. The wrinkles which thy glass will truly show of mouthed graves will give thee memory. Thou by thy dial's shady stealth mayest know time's thievish progress to eternity. Look what thy memory cannot contain. Commit to these waste blanks, and thou shalt find those children nursed. delivered from thy brain, to take a new acquaintance of thy mind. These offices, so oft as thou wilt look, shall profit thee and much enrich thy book. It's about writing, isn't it? But it's tricky. 77. Thanks for watching. Hi. Well, I think we're back on course. Sonnet 78. So oft have I invoked thee for my muse, and found such fair assistance in my verse. And every alien pen hath got my use, and under thee their poesy disperse. Thine eyes, that taught the dumb on high to sing, and heavy ignorance aloft to fly, have added feathers to the learned's wing, and given grace a double majesty. Yet be most proud of that which I compile, whose influence is thine, and born of thee. In other works thou dost but mend the style, and arts with thy sweet graces graced be. But thou art all my art, and dost advance as high as learning my rude ignorance. True. Bye. Hello, Sonnet 79. Whilst I alone did call upon thy aid, my verse alone had all thy gentle grace. But now my gracious numbers are decayed, and my sick muse doth give another place. I grant, sweet love, thy lovely argument deserves the travail of a worthier pen. Yet what of thee thy poet doth invent, he robs thee of, and pays it thee again. He lends thee virtue, and he stole that word from thy behaviour. Beauty doth he give, and found it in thy cheek. He can afford no praise to thee, but what in thee doth live. Then thank him not for that which he doth say, since what he owes thee, thou thyself dost pay.